Sabres early in the first, they had a few chances, and you guys got things turned around rather quickly and then took over the period. What got you guys rolling?
Gergensen's. Zemgus, I thought, made a great play. Great play on the first goal, just to keep it simple through the neutral zone. First in on a forecheck. Quick low to high, I think it was Darlene that shot it, and Zemgus was already net front for the tip. So that was a very big goal, as you mentioned. We weren't as sharp as we would have liked off the start, and that was still part of the start of the game, and it turned it pretty quick for us, I think, when Zemgus made several plays before that goal.
How much relief is there to see 2 power play goals?
Yeah, I think it's. I guess it is a relief, when you're you come off a night like the other night. It's a nice thing, and obviously the guys we've had some meetings, as we always do, some extended meetings, and obviously some extended time yesterday working on it. So when you do that and you get the results, it's even nicer.
We expected that JJ would have offensive growth this year, but I mean, he's your leading scorer right now. He's been on a tear. Is any part of you surprised that he's your leading scorer? That he's reached that higher level?
I'm not surprised he's scoring by any means. He works every day to as a younger guy, I spend a lot of time with him, and the coaches do, and I think he has such a capacity for growth. I think he's turned his attention to growing, to adding to his game. Adding compete, adding work ethic, adding details, positional play without the puck to get it back, to get more production. So based on his work in those areas, I'm not surprised at all. And you can see him now interacting very well with 2 older players. And when you put a young guy with older players, they have to be responsible. The last thing an older guy, the biggest thing an older guy hates is being a -1, because a young guy doesn't know what he should have done with the puck, when he should get it in, when he should line change, how he can get it out of his zone. Basically out of danger, and JJ's worked hard to add those things to his game.
Coach, talk about the benefits you get from coaching a guy like Jeff Skinner, and what have you applied to yourself and your coaching from Jeff Skinner?
Yeah, I'd have to think about that one quite a bit, but he's he brings life and energy every day, which is good. So it's it's a benefit to have him as a coach in that regard. He's a good teammate, and he has a passion for the game, and he brings that every day, which is really important.
There's been some games this year, obviously, that have gotten away. One to this team in November. This one, was a little on the edge after that power play goal at the end of the second. What did it mean? You guys survived that early power play, and you took control of this game back quickly in that third period.
Yeah, well, I mean, the penalty itself was enough to aggravate you. Offensive zone, and we took another offensive zone penalty, so two offensive zone penalties that were, unnecessary. So there's an aggravation in that, and I was obviously aggravated, as I mentioned, and I thought our guys responded the right way to us making our own mistakes.
You see Zach Benson playing the way he was tonight. What's kind of thought process does that give you for him at watching him play that way?
Yeah, and he was key on a power play that was coming off a really tough night. He knows the game. There's lots of things that I've mentioned many times. He would not be in this league at his age if he wasn't a very intelligent player, specifically in the details, positional play, on top of pucks all the time, forcing turnovers, and he did that tonight and more. So it's impressive what he does, and he's gaining confidence and comfort, every night. And tonight he was very good.
Jack said it was his best game tonight because he finally got his legs. I mean, just what did you see from him? Was it just that simple fact that he's finding that groove that he after being off?
Yeah, he's in a tough situation. We actually had it been a different scenario, he probably would have practiced more. We didn't have many practices, so really the first 3 games that he came to play, he had 1 practice, plays 3 games in 4 nights. And that was kind of his conditioning, getting back into game mode and dealing with chaos that's really hard to replicate when he hasn't practiced or played in a while. And really the first 3 games He looked disoriented at times as a result, which is natural. Tonight he looked way better, way more comfortable with the chaos around him, and obviously you saw that. Everybody saw that. I mean, you just watch him. He had some really nice moments tonight.
Like you said with JJ before, it's on the younger guy to be responsible with playing with two players like that on a line, but it also seems like this change has unlocked maybe some more potential with Tage and Alex. How do you see this line just growing every game?
Yeah, well, you see, simple to that, Rachel, you see on the bench, and we and coaches were just talking, how much interaction Tuck and Thompson have and communication they have on the bench in between shifts with JJ. They're very active and involved in communicating with him, and he's on another line. They're not. He's not getting that type of attention and push. And so I think those two guys are doing a great job of pushing him, and I do. There's no question they're benefiting, from obviously his skill and the fact that he's been in a real groove.
Donley has said a couple times, next game, on to the next game, on to the next game. You guys are only 5 out, but just how tough is it, do you think, for these guys to make sure they go to the next game and not think about, geez, where they could be?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, and if you look at our next game, that's where we've struggled with the consistency. So for us, it's that consistency that we haven't had enough of. We're in a position because of that. So, we've got to hit put that one behind us, and obviously you can't get too high of it because you got extreme work at the next game out, and the importance of that. So, you got to keep learning. Lessons repeat themselves until you learn them, and for us, we've got to be ready to turn the page real quick on this one.
Coach, can you talk about the defensive efforts that you've seen lately?
Yeah, I thought we were a little sloppy to start, but we're much better and much more confident, even when a team with some skilled players had some possession or extended possession. We held the fort when we needed to, and obviously Upi looked fresh tonight, and that was a key factor in limiting Washington and some of the skill they have.